Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Y squared times x negative 6 negative 9 times x negative 6 to the third power. Here we have an expression. Which of the following is a factor of the above expression? Okay, in the given answer choices, I have to find the one which is a factor of this expression. Okay, now let me take the given expression as it is. That is y squared times x negative 6 or negative 9 times x negative 6 to the third power. What is the greatest common divisor for this one and this one? Clearly it's x negative 6. Since x negative 6 is the greatest common divisor for this term and this term, that x negative 6 can be factored out. When x negative 6 is factored out, to get the stuff inside the parenthesis, what I have to do is I have to divide both these terms by the one I factored, that is x negative 6. Okay, let me divide this one by x negative 6. Let me do it separately. That is y squared times x negative 6 divided by x negative 6. This x negative 6 will cancel out. Then I'm getting y squared. So when I factor x negative 6 from this one, the rest of the stuff is y squared. Let me write it. Okay, now to get the stuff in the next term, what I have to do is I have to divide this term, that is 9 times x negative 6 to the third power, by the one I factored, that is x negative 6. Let me take this negative sign as it is. Okay, 9 times x negative 6 to the third power divided by x negative 6. Okay, here when I simplify this x negative 6 to the third power by x negative 6, it will cancel out and the exponent will become 2. So here I'm getting 9 times x negative 6 the whole square. Okay, here x negative 6 times y square negative. This 9 can be written as 3 square times x negative 6 the whole square. Okay, here x negative 6 times y square. Okay, here two terms are multiplied with the same exponent. Whenever two terms are multiplied with the same exponent, what we can do is we can multiply the bases and write the exponent in common. That is, we can write this one as 3 times x negative 6 the whole square. Okay, now to make the factoring of this expression easier, what I am going to do is I am going to assign a new variable for this stuff 3 times x negative 6. That is, let z equals to 3 times x negative 6. Okay, now let me erase the stuff over here and continue the problem. Just a moment. Okay, now in our next step, what we can do is we can write this x negative 6 as it is. Then we have y square over here. Then we can take this negative sign. And for this 3 times x negative 6, we can plug in z. Then we'll be getting z square, because for this one we have exponent 2. So we have z square. Okay, now we can factor this difference of two squares. For that, let me consider the algebraic identity, that is a square negative b square. Okay, so this is called difference of two squares. Whenever we have difference of two squares in this form, it can be written in the factor form, that is a positive b times a negative b. Okay, here comparing this and this, we get y at the place of a and z at the place of b. Now to get the factor form of this one, we can use this stuff. So this in this a positive b times a negative b, we have to write y at the place of a and z at the place of b. Then we get x negative 6 times y positive z times y negative z. Okay, I just got the factor form of this expression using this algebraic identity. Okay, let me write x negative 6 times y positive. Actually, z is a variable taken by us. The original stuff for z is 3 times x negative 6. So for factoring purpose, I just assigned a new variable z for this one. Okay, now we got the factors of this expression. Now we can replace the z over here and here by the original stuff 3 times x negative 6. Okay, let me plug in this 3 times x negative 6 for z over here. Times y negative 3 times x negative 6. Okay, then we get x negative 6 times y, and now we can distribute this positive 3 to this x and negative 6. Then I'm getting positive 3x. Positive 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Okay, now y, let me distribute this negative 3 to this x and I'm getting negative 3x. When I distribute this negative 3 to this negative 6, I'm getting positive 18. Okay, I have factored the given expression completely. I got three factors. This is the first factor, second factor, and third factor. Okay, in the given answer choices, I just have to check so whether I find one of these three factors in any of the answer choices. Clearly, we find the last one, y negative 3x positive 18, in answer choice C. So this is a factor for the given expression. So the correct answer choice for this question is C.